Yeshiva Ma'ale Ephraim began with the idea to create a program for boys before they left the derech. Boys who have not been succeeding in the system, for boys who have been identified, well, normal boys, they've already, they've given up on interest in Yiddishkeit. They're still keeping the basic mitzvahs, Shabbos, Kashrus, Tefillin, but they have no real interest in it, no enthusiasm. And in many cases, they've lost enthusiasm in their own lives or belief in their own selves. And so the program was designed to be an alternative option within the mainstream to give these boys a new chance and a new path in which they can thrive. The program focuses on several things that have been drawn from my 25 years of experience in working with challenging teenagers, and my partner Dave Stern's 13 years of experience working with kids. And we put together a program that combines hashkafa, sports, therapy, in a behavior modification system, and Baruch Hashem, the boys are thriving in it. The entire program the idea began with Rav Baruch Ganut, who was a lieutenant colonel, Air Force pilot in the Israeli Air Force for 17 years. He opened a Chesed yeshiva 13 years ago and wanted to see opportunity for kids across the board that weren't succeeding and were identified as potentially falling to the streets, that they should have an alternative option. So the program is officially, the Rosh Yeshiva is Rav Baruch Ganut, and the program director is the program director from the Ma'ale Ephraim Hesed Yeshiva also, Daniel Shapiro. I run the Jewish Studies part of the program, and Dave Stern runs the sports therapy part of the program.
There's two parts to my part of the program. One is the martial arts, and one is the wilderness program. Basically, the wilderness program involves hiking, survival, things like that, and the martial arts involves fitness training as well as martial arts.
A typical day in the yeshiva starts with a morning meeting at 7:45. We call it a logistics meeting. We don't have an official wake-up time because wake-up time means a lot of different things to different people. A person could be in bed and awake. So a boy can wake up whatever time he wants to. At 7:45, he has to be ready at the table for Shachris and for our morning meeting. Many of the boys wake up earlier to go jogging, to shower, many different things. Some of the boys wake up the last minute. We have a morning meeting, then we daven the Shachris. At 8:30 is the first shir of the day. I give a shir in Derek Hashem, in Hashkafa, where we build the yesod for the boys to understand the basic foundations of Yiddishkeit and how it applies to them. Why are we Jews? What is Judaism? Why did Hashem create the world? What is free choice? And this, we expand and we expand day by day on that. After the first shir, they have breakfast. After breakfast, there's another shir on halacha. Every day, a daily shir. Sometimes it focuses on the holidays, Purim, Hanukkah. Other times we focus on Shabbos.
I was always davening, but the question was my davening actually davening, or was it just like because I had to do it, so I was doing it, or like out of habit? But now, like, if I'm davening, I know what I'm saying. We have like shirim on what the siddur is actually trying to say and the other sides to it. And I feel like now when I'm davening, actually having a conversation with God, not just like saying what the words say and not just copying exactly what it says over there.
The students start stretching and warming up for the training session at 10:45. At 11 o'clock, we start the martial arts class. It usually starts with a workout routine, about 15 minutes long, and then we go into the training. So the training lasts from about 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock we have a break for mincha and for lunch, and at about 1:45 we start up again for a second class. And that second class, sometimes it's in martial arts, sometimes it's on wilderness topics, and sometimes it's just about life skills and various topics. And that will last until 3 o'clock.
The academic part of the program includes a United States high school diploma. This is an actual diploma from Penn Foster High School. It's an accredited high school in the state of Pennsylvania, and as far as the student in the future it reads, it's an actual Penn Foster, Pennsylvania high school diploma. This is not a GED. The boys devote about an hour a day to learning. Doesn't need to be much more than that. They receive 110 books covering almost every topic. In those topics, at the end of each book, which is about 30 to 40 pages, 25 pages, they have a test that they take online, and at the end of each test, they move on to the next test, and the next test, and the next test. At the end, which usually will take about 1.5 to 2 years, the boy gets a United States diploma. For a lot of these boys, the opportunity that they could have a high school diploma at the end of a year or 2 years, working an hour a day, gives them an optimism and enthusiasm that they're willing to participate. It's no longer 4 years of 8 hours a day. It's something reachable, something graspable.
My goal with the Wilderness Program is to instill self-confidence in the students. And the idea is that they can take care of themselves. If they know that they can go out on their own for a few days and take care of all their needs on their own, it really gives them a sense of self-confidence that they can accomplish and take care of themselves in life.
The ninjutsu here is not just to keep them busy or to deal with any ADHD. It is a way where they learn concentration, discipline, responsibility. And since they're doing it on a daily basis, where boys get frustrated because to become a black belt may take them 10, 15, or 20 years, they could achieve that here in 2 years. They achieve in about a month what most people would achieve in about a year. And the boys grow, their self-confidence, their self-esteem grows in that.
A lot of our focus in the wilderness and the martial arts training is really more about life skills. Not really focusing on the martial arts themselves, but focusing on what can come out of the training. Like discipline, like self-discipline, like confidence, being able to take care of yourself. All traits that will help you in life.
It's a very challenging atmosphere over here that Dave and the rabbi give to the students that make us all push to our limits.
I think that a lot of the programs designed for kids that don't fit into the system, they're designed around trying to lessen the pressure on the students. And the thought is that the child's under too much pressure, and therefore the stress is causing them to get into trouble. My philosophy is the opposite. My philosophy is to try to get that student to be motivated enough to push himself and enjoy what he's doing. And I think that when the student really is motivated and enjoying what they're doing and working to their max, that's when they'll start to feel good about themselves and they'll start to succeed.
When I first came here, I didn't have any motivation to push myself to reach higher places. And now that I came here, they open up my eyes to realize things that I never realized before. And now I'm pushing myself and striving. I'm only fighting against myself, not fighting against anybody else.
One of the techniques we use in the school here, in every aspect of the school, is to make reachable, attainable goals and reachable, attainable expectations that the boys can then build step by step and rebuild their self-confidence and their self-esteem. The davening, we don't expect an hour shacharis in the beginning. In the beginning of the year in Elul, we started with a 15-minute davening. Now we have a half-hour davening. By setting attainable goals that the boy can achieve, his achievement of those goals builds his self-esteem. It gives him more confidence to try for bigger goals.
Davening is like the perfect davening for me. And then there's a lot of like short recesses, and then there's like a long one. So it's like good.
I like the ninjutsu. I like the survival wilderness. I like the classes. I like the schedule. I like that they push you. Even though it's hard, it's still good.
A lot of what the rabbi is focusing on with his classes is to try to get the students to be motivated for everything that they're doing in life, to not settle just for mediocrity, to try to do a bit more. And that's really everything that we're doing as well in the martial arts class. I talk a lot about the difference between someone doing a hobby as a dabbler and someone, the discipline it takes to get to the next level, which is to become a master in something. It takes a lot of discipline, and you have to really push through. Even when you're a little bit bored or you feel that you've done it before, that ability to push past and get to the level of mastery something that can translate over into anything in life, whether it's learning Torah, whether it's business, anything that you're doing, it can translate over.
In probably like most of all the other schools I was in, like till now, so there were certain questions you just couldn't ask, like about hashkafa, about like God, like stuff that you'd be frowned upon for asking a certain question. But like over here, you could ask whatever you want, it's all accepted, and not only that, you get like an answer, and if it doesn't agree with you, they'll find another answer. They'll always make sure you are happy with the answer they gave you. They'll always make sure you understand what they're talking about.
And it might be difficult to say, but I could say with full confidence, having been in this field, this is the first time we've had 100% success in that 9 of the 9 boys have all made a serious change in their life, are now very happy, enthusiastic, and looking forward to class, and looking forward to coming.
I definitely daven more and better. I get some higher motivation to do stuff.
It's helped me in understanding life, how I want to grow up, how to not become a dabbler, how to want to master something, and now I have a bigger perspective on what Judaism is, and I like it a lot more. I follow it. I keep Shabbos. I love learning Torah. It's great.
We also have 9 sets of parents that are also very satisfied that they made this move because their kids are coming home happy, their kids are coming home behaving in the family more, the kids are coming home more emotional, more expressive, more thinking, and more observant. So we're seeing it from the parents that while there was a big risk involved and everybody was nervous in the beginning, we also see that there's been a lot of satisfaction in both the children and the parents.
I think I've changed in probably almost every way. The way I see Judaism, I see it in a whole different way. And it's a much better way from what I think.
Everything that we're doing in the martial arts program is really done as an analogy for life. So if I'm making the student push himself past his comfort zone physically, and he knows that he can go past his comfort zone and still keep going much further, and when he sees at the end that it actually is satisfying to push past what you thought you could accomplish, he can translate that over into anything he's doing in life.
I never knew how hard it would really be, and then when I came here, they actually started pushing me, and I realized, I always thought like I got to my limit, and then they showed me my limit isn't my limit. They showed me there's much more to what I could do and much more what I thought my limits were.
By pushing myself to the limit, I feel, when you're actually doing it, it doesn't feel comfortable, it doesn't feel good, but afterwards, it's just amazing.
One of the concepts that we teach the children here is that every Jew has a special gift to offer to Klal Yisrael that no other Jew can offer. Every Jew is a unique special gift. I know many people complain that the system is not working because they're experiencing it with their child. But what I have found is the system works for the people that it's appropriate for. And there's nothing wrong with the system for those that belong in the system as such. But I've also found that there are many children that don't fit in that system. And instead of them being considered failures or not successful or blaming the system, what we've done is to create alternative systems. We are still in the overall guidelines of Halachic Torah Judaism, but we've created a system that gives more hands-on experience, more answers to questions of philosophy and why. So what we've seen is, if you create the right environment, each one of these boys can succeed. And not only succeed, they can thrive and have a level of success that they have a contribution to make to Klal Yisrael. My one advice to a parent out there, if he's seeing that his child is not succeeding in the school and the system, is don't give up on your child. Give him a chance. Give him an alternative chance in which he can succeed.